The game in North Carolina, coming off the MTSU struggle, I guess, were you pleased or?
You know what, 2 wins on the road is awesome, and I was very pleased. We put it together with MTSU. I thought we finally settled down and did some good things. And the North Carolina game, very talented team, and like to cut down on our turnovers. But I thought our defense was solid. I thought we let up when we looked up at the scoreboard, but I thought we did some really, really good things. And there's so much room for improvement. And I would be a little nervous if I thought, God, that was a perfect game. But I was pleased, and anytime you win a game, you got to be pleased.
You won 2 games, and Megan and Bashar really haven't maybe played their best games. Just what does that say about the team and the other ability of the other players to kind of step up?
Yeah, I think it tells you about the depth of our team, and we don't have to – and I think people are keying in on those 2, and rightfully so, they should. They led our team last year, so I think you're going to see how we have people taking up the slack. I thought Massengill played her best game since she's had a Lady Vol uniform on, and was very proud of her. But those 2, Bashar and Megan, they'll get it going. But they're drawing a lot of attention, and rightfully so.
How encouraging is just the outside shooting? I know that was kind of a concern heading into the season, the way they were able to shoot against Carolina. How encouraging is that?
The shooting is. I like it, and I will tell you this: we're behind on our offense because we've spent so much on the defensive end. So, what we did, I think, last on Monday was good. I thought we moved the ball. I thought we took really good shots. Not too often, I thought we took a bad shot. And I thought we got good second chance points for the most part. But it's good to see Massengill step up, Andrea step up, Sierra hit a couple, and then Jordan hit a couple big threes. So I was really pleased.
Ariel having that shooter's mentality, maybe everybody coming off a tough game at Middle Tennessee State. You said her best game is probably in a Lady Vol uniform. Just talk about how she stepped up to that coach.
Well, I challenged her. I think that she has to take more responsibility of this team. And I thought she did that. I wanted her to run the basketball team. Not me. She needed to run the basketball team and be a great leader. And I thought she played well on the defensive end. She instructed the team, got them where they needed to go, and she shot the ball well. And I think just getting her in her competitive mode and not hesitating, I think that helped her out tremendously.
Holly, you challenged her at some point last year too. I mean, this wasn't. I mean, you think she has a better sense for when you get into her like this, to what you're looking for and how to respond to
You know,
it?
Dan, that's a great question. I think I just was pretty straightforward a little bit. I didn't beat around the bush, and I was pretty straightforward on what I needed her to do, and she couldn't hide. So I think she got it. I think she understood. I think she's put in the time, and she's got a lot of confidence right now, and so I think that helps her as well.
I don't know how much you've been able to see of Chattanooga, but are they a different type of team this year versus last year with the new coach and the new system?
I think Chattanooga runs some different things, but they're still that team. I think they're very well coached. They're very versatile. They can shoot. They shoot the ball outside. They're strong inside. So I think you're going to see the same type of team. Maybe run a couple of different things offensively and defensively, but. They'll be a difficult team for us.
Ollie, any emotional scars from last year's game against them?
Absolutely. When you lose your first game, you want that back. So I just want us to come out and obviously I want us to win, but I want us to give the effort that we have done. And when you do that, I think things will take care of itself.
Holly, what do you think is the biggest difference in this team now as opposed to maybe when you went into that game in Chattanooga?
Well, I think we've got more experience. We're more poised. We're a little bit more confident. We've worked on some things I think that were important to us. We're just playing very well together, and we've got a really strong bond, Dan, that hasn't been there, and you can feel it, and you feel it from the team, and I think that has a lot to say with our success right now.
You've coached against Foster a number of times, and he was at Vanderbilt. Just for your impressions of him, what's it going to be like coaching against him again?
Well, he's an outstanding coach. He can't get to where he's been and not be a really good coach. I think he does things offensively to take advantage of the defense, and he'll have his team ready to play. I mean, it's a in-state rivalry, and he's coming back into the state, so they'll bring their A game.
Do you feel like with the new rules that the game of basketball is becoming more of a free throw competition near the end? And how important is it to hit those free throws?
Yeah, it's made me really focus on our free throw shooting and take a little. We always have, but we'll take a little bit more time in doing that. I say this. At times, do I like it? No, but it is how it's going to be, and it's up to us as coaches to make sure we understand it and adapt to it. And we got to become a better free throw shooting team. So.
Holly, Mercedes had, I think, a dozen points in that first game, and maybe wasn't as productive at North Carolina. Jordan, you mentioned, hit a few key shots. Just, have they had any welcome to college basketball moments, or are they adapting pretty quickly here in game situations?
I think both games have welcomed them. I think the Middle Tennessee game, they're playing in front of hostile crowds, and they've never done that before. I think they settled in Mercedes kind of settled in at Middle, and Jordan settled in at North Carolina. And Mercedes' coach was there, and she was playing against one of her best friends, so had a lot of factors. But I was proud of both of them. As say, Mercedes didn't score as well; she did some other things, and I was proud of Jordan for competing. And Jordan, both of those, they're going to get better, and they're both competitors. And they're going to get a lot of minutes, and we're going to need them down the road more so than these first two games.
Holly, would you look ahead a little bit to Georgia Tech? That's going to be an interesting game with Davis coming in here with them. I mean, what's your thoughts about that?
Well, I think Kayla Davis went where she wanted to go and needed to go. So she's playing well for them, and I haven't watched Georgia Tech, but I assume fits in their system because she was ACC Rookie of the Week or something. So she made her decision, and we've moved forward, and happy that she's enjoying Georgia Tech.
After the first two road games, tough road games at that, have you found the identity to this team, and how excited are you guys to return home?
Well, we travel quite a bit. We got in late, played late, so excited to play in front of our home crowd. In our identity, I hope it's how hard we're playing. On the defensive end, pushing the ball. I hope you see that we're giving the effort and just playing hard. And I keep telling them, if you play hard, great things will happen.